obviously again I've said I'm a massive Star Wars fan. The For the longest time, the best content in the Star Wars extended universe was the animated content, and I think that was literally the case up until Andor came out. But for the longest time, when everyone hated the original uh, prequels, um, the Clone Wars as a series helped carry and flesh out that story to make what seemed like a blunder on George Lucas's behalf actually a very successful thing. So from that, they made the Tales of series. Uh, so the old Clone Wars, the Genndy Tarkovsky Clone Wars shows was actually really good, but the like CGI Clone Wars series it had a rough start, but then as the show went on, and they kind of figured out um, what they wanted to do, the CGI shows actually really fleshed out a great context to what was going on during the Clone Wars and made that story a lot more better. And I think it's why a lot of Star Wars fans like my age had a greater appreciation now for the prequels, because obviously the prequels were universally hated. And now there's a lot of like nostalgia and fondness looking back on them, even though they are objectively bad films. The context behind them makes them great. So yeah, they made, what's his name, Dave Filoni, who's been heading off all these like Star Wars projects. I think it heads off a couple of the Marvel ones as well. Can't really remember, but he has been managing like all the animated Star Wars stuff. And he created the spin-off series called Tales of, which is like an anthology series of like random little pieces of Star Wars history, and they come out every year as a kind of ode to Star Wars, and they usually come out around May the 4th. So I think this one is also coming out it literally says May 4th. But yeah, this one's called Tales of the Underworld, and it's more focused around a Sarge Ventress, who was like a fan favorite character, who was kind of like, she's currently in the middle of like the Star Wars universe, like retconning her story. Yeah, Ventress. She's the bald alien lady who was cool and had lightsabers. And in one episode in particular, they made her really curvaceous, and I thought this is supposed to be a kids show. This is kind of weird, but yeah, I think that this series focuses a little bit on her. Yeah, this is Tales of the Underworld. I think so. I think they did grow up with the show.
Never can be too cautious with strangers out here. Then again.
Hold on, I'm just gonna run this out because I feel like I heard Yoda.
Just do as I say. Never can be too cautious with strangers out here. Then again, you're no stranger, Lady Ventress.
We got a problem here. Just saw him right in.
I was Cad Bane. Okay.
What's the situation?
He was your best friend.
Things have changed. You took everything from me.
Who are you?
I was Count Dooku's lead assassin. I don't want that life anymore.
Oh, wasn't that the seventh brother?
No one needs to die.
No, it isn't.
get them.
You're gonna pay for what you did.
This revenge, I hope it was worth it. It will be.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I know I had like a screw face on, but it was just because I was locked in. Because off the rip, just to kind of give a bit of context, it seems like this series is going to be set between two time periods. Because one, Cad Bane, if you don't know, that's the blue guy. In the Clone Wars animated series, he has had some kind of incident, which means he wears a breathing apparatus, and he doesn't have that on, which is in the past. And Asajj Ventress she has long hair, and she's not a Sith assassin anymore, which is in the future, so post the Clone Wars series. And the animated shows have been trying to construct a solid timeline from when the Clone Wars started, when the Clone Wars ended, and when the first Star Wars film started, or when the Death Star was destroyed. So there's like a lot of open space where there was like no real context, and wherever there was context, when Disney bought LucasArts, they kind of retconned a lot of that stuff, so it didn't make any sense. But so these guys are really building on a universe that's already been established, which some people don't like, but I think they've been doing it pretty well. Yeah, there's a lot of room to fill in gaps, and I'm enjoying it. I think this looks great. I think this looks very serious as well. Like you said, like a lot of the fans of like the Clone Wars and stuff have kind of aged up with the show. Because I think I'm gonna have a look. I think the first 2008. So that's 2008 to 2025. Most of the kids who were watching that show. Yeah, see, I didn't even realize it was that long. I think I'm so old. I'm so old. Like almost 20 years, which is insane. Like it literally feels so long ago. And like the final episode of the Clone Wars came out in 2020. So even that jump from the first season to the final season, like that's why the show got significantly more mature because of the time period, and like the audience aged up with the show. So it's just like, okay, let's develop this show and the times more serious. Regardless, the show looks great. I'm very excited. I say all of that to say this. You know, Star Wars is great. It's great storytelling is told over time rather than like forced in like yearly by executives. If you're at all interested in Star Wars, I recommend watching Andor. I also recommend watching Tales of the Jedi. It's like, and Tales of the Sith. They're like short, really consumable like episodes that detail out the past like 25 years of like Star Wars media, and it makes sense. So yeah, go check that out. Let me know if you're interested in this new series coming up. But yeah,